Imagine a young king, barely in his 20s, taking on the mightiest empire of his time. What kind of leader drives his army thousands of miles across deserts and mountains, through relentless battles, only to emerge victorious time and time again? Today, we uncover the story of a conqueror whose empire stretched across 3 continents and whose vision changed the course of history forever. Let's explore the man behind the myth, the leader who aspired to unite the known world. Alexander III of Macedon, better known as Alexander the Great, was born in 356 BC to King Philip II and Queen Olympias. Even in his youth, it was clear that Alexander was destined for greatness. Trained in the art of war by his father and tutored by the renowned philosopher Aristotle, Alexander received a well-rounded education, steeped in both military tactics and philosophy. By age 16, he was already leading troops in his father's army, and when Philip was assassinated in 336 BC, the young prince ascended the throne at just 20. But what followed was a remarkable rise to power that would forever shape the ancient world. Alexander's first major test came when he set his sights on the Persian Empire, the dominant force in the ancient world. He knew that defeating Persia would not only solidify his rule, but also fulfill his father's dream of expanding Macedonian influence. At the Battle of Granicus, his first victory over Persia, he showcased his military brilliance. His tactical genius was further demonstrated at the famous Battle of Issus, where he faced King Darius III. Despite being vastly outnumbered, Alexander's strategic maneuvers led to a decisive victory. With each battle, his reputation grew, and so did his empire. He wasn't just fighting wars, he was laying the groundwork for a new era. After crushing Persia, Alexander turned his attention to Egypt. Welcomed as a liberator, he was crowned pharaoh and hailed as the son of the god Amun. But his legacy in Egypt went beyond military conquest. In 331 BC, he founded the city of Alexandria on the Mediterranean coast. This city would become one of the greatest centers of learning and culture in the ancient world. The Library of Alexandria, in particular, became a beacon of knowledge, attracting scholars from all over the known world. This was not just another military conquest, it was Alexander's vision of a cultural hub that would bridge East and West, a place where knowledge and trade would flourish. Alexander's ambition pushed him further east, into the heart of India. His legendary march into India was marked by one of his most challenging battles at the Hydaspes River in 326 BC, where he faced King Porus and his massive war elephants. Though he emerged victorious, this battle proved to be a turning point. His army, exhausted from years of continuous campaigning, began to lose its resolve. They longed to return home. And for the first time, Alexander had to face the reality that even the greatest empires have limits. Reluctantly, he agreed to turn back, but not before leaving his mark on the region, founding cities and establishing Greek influence as far as the Indian subcontinent. In 323 BC, at just 32 years old, Alexander the Great died in the city of Babylon, likely from illness. His death left his vast empire in disarray. Without a clear heir, his generals divided his empire into several kingdoms, which would continue to shape the course of history. But his legacy lived on far beyond his death. The Hellenistic culture he spread throughout the Mediterranean, the Middle East, and parts of Asia blended Greek and local traditions, influencing everything from art to science. His founding of cities like Alexandria ensured that his name would be remembered not just as a conqueror, but as a visionary who sought to create a lasting cultural and intellectual legacy. And so ends the tale of one of history's most remarkable figures. Alexander's ambition, vision, and military genius created an empire like no other, one that changed the world forever. If you enjoyed learning about his incredible life and legacy, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our next historical deep dive. Thanks for watching.